Hey YouTube faithful, Heavenly Prepper here with a small unboxing today, and this one's from Modern Coin Mart. And this is actually my first purchase from Modern Coin Mart, and it should be noted that this was a deal originally made known to me by Paul Merritz on YouTube. Merritz, I'm not sure how you say that. And a package within a package, of course. Here we are. Again, this is a small package today. Nonetheless, first one from Modern Coin Mart on eBay. Did get it from eBay, which I kind of like if you can get a good deal, because then you can get your eBay bucks and you can use your credit card. So that's always good. Alright, here is the merchandise. Do not discard items inside. And you're probably guessing right about now that yes, it's not silver. And you'd be correct. And there we are, from Modern Coin Mart. That is a 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagle. I'll take it out of that. Little case. There we go. And of course this is just bullion. You can handle this, not an issue. That's 1/4 ounce. So, we have that. That was the only thing I got today from Modern Coin Mart. I'll have to get a case for that. I wanted to say a little bit extra today. And I was talking with one of my fellow soldiers. And, oh, that's my Boulevard wheat beer, by the way. If you haven't tried that, I recommend it. It's a Kansas City original. And we were talking about loyalty. And it's an important subject, and we started talking about it because in the news, there's a lot of generals these days in trouble for certain violations of mostly ethical issues. And I guarantee you these guys had staffs that were working for them, and they probably put those guys under some pressure to be loyal to them as opposed to the Army in general. And you know, my buddy asked me how I would handle the situation, and I said, look, here's exactly how this works. I have loyalty to the Army, but it's not on the top of my list. In fact, it's number 4. And he said, 4? Really? I said, well, yeah. I said, and you should actually stop and think about this for a second, because I bet the Army isn't, you're not loyal first to the Army either. And he said, well, what are you loyal to? I'm like, well, that's exactly it. Firstly, I'm loyal to God, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. That's my first loyalty. Second is to my family. And normally these things aren't in conflict. It's not like the Army is asking me to divorce my family. Well, they're usually not. But these things aren't normally in conflict. So the real question of loyalty only comes about when there is a conflict between what you consider yourself loyal to. So second would be my family, okay? And third is my country. And I asked my friend, I said, doesn't it make more sense to have a loyalty to your country before the Army? We swore an oath to the U.S. Constitution, not to the U.S. Army. So again, it goes God, family, country, and then fourth would be the Army. And in fact, my loyalty to the Army is not to necessarily a general or even my immediate boss, because that person or individual may be having their own ethical dilemmas. And so saying I have loyalty to the Army is not the same thing as saying I have loyalty to a specific individual in the Army. It may be in the Army's best interest for that individual to no longer be in the Army, or in fact maybe even go to jail if they're violating crimes. So it's important that we talk about and we talk specifically when we say loyalty, you know, what are we loyal to? And just zoom in that bad boy for a minute there. And I just think that, you know, we talk about these things, and it's important because these things are in the news, and you've got a general right now that's pleading a plea deal or going to trial for, you know, he admitted an affair and with a captain, which is kind of like a drill instructor having an affair with a new private. I mean, a general basically having an affair with a captain who's got, you know, a couple years in, 4 years in maybe, and it's like, yeah, that guy has a lot of influence. So one of these things, you have to be specific on where your loyalty lies. And you have to ask yourself where your loyalty lies before the conflict comes about. You have to anticipate these things. Because if you don't think about them beforehand, and all of a sudden you're faced with a conflict that needs an answer in minutes or even seconds, you want to know where your loyalty lies so that you don't have that conflict of crisis, that conflict of confidence at the time, and make a poor decision based on peer pressure or based on what you think the answer should be in the eyes of your peers or bosses. You need to know what the answer is beforehand. So that way, when you are pressured in a situation, you know where you're going to stand beforehand, and you're not going to waver based on that kind of pressure. So that was my explanation for the friend that I had. We were talking about loyalty and where's it to, and who has it and who's earned it and who hasn't. So that's mine. Again, you know, God, Jesus Christ, family, country, and then finally the army. So I ask you, where does your loyalty lie? It's Heavenly Prepper, preaching and prepping.